Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today, I'll chat with you guys a little bit about mindset. All right, I have a statement I've used a few times online, and that's on Team Blaha, and again, that means me and my clients. On Team Blaha, we do curls to get stronger at weighted chin-ups. And a lot of people say, well, no, we do curls to get bigger biceps. Well, do curls to get bigger and stronger biceps, you'll get better at weighted chin-ups. The point here is it is about having a certain mindset. And that mindset being when we focus on performance. When we focus on performance, it well rounds a lot of other goals, right? It well rounds a lot of other goals because a lot of people out there might care about body composition. They might care about the look of their body, things like that. They may care about these things, and quite a few of my clients do. It's just that we're primarily strength focused. But here's the thing to think about there. It's something I've said many years, most people realize, and I'm not saying all of my clients are drug-free either, because they're not. I obviously have some who use, and I coach a few who use gear, right? Not a big deal. But most of my clients are drug-free, and some of the impressive ones I've shown you guys are actually drug-free. So, what we know about this is that the strongest drug-free people tend to be bigger. They tend to have more muscle mass. Now, a lot of people get that confused and they're like, well, that guy over there has a big squat, but he doesn't look super big. It's like, but he's super big in the muscles that move the squat. Okay, understand the difference here. He is big, you're just not seeing all of it. You go do a DEXA scan, he might have 20 pounds more muscle than you think the guy does. Because again, what is the squat responsible for? What does the squat grow? Primarily glutes, adductors, quads, pretty much in that order. So if those are big, you're going to have a big squat because size does equal strength potential, right? And if you've done a lot of heavy squatting and you put up big numbers, odds are those muscles are really big along with certain musculature of the back. That's not the show muscles that you're seeing, and that's the difference people need to understand. Okay, usually what people are thinking of, oh, that guy looks big, you're seeing delts, maybe pecs, arms, things like that. Sometimes lats. A lot of guys who look real big from the front don't actually have lats though. See that pretty commonly. And you combine that with a lower body fat and they look bigger on camera. But it doesn't mean that they are bigger. It means muscles you notice more from a certain view on a camera angle. Right, like right here where I'm sitting, even if I was shirtless, that's what you would be seeing. You can't see my quads, glutes, adductors, hamstrings. You can't see any of that. You can't even really see my lats. So it's just about perception. So a lot of guys who you're thinking are really big, well, you go throw them on a DEXA scan, they might be smaller than the guy who's stronger. But those show muscles are bigger. But that's the reason I make this statement, is because a lot of these involve muscles people do perceive as, oh, that guy's bigger if they see it. Because biceps are actually the smallest major muscle in the body. They're the smallest. Largest muscle in the upper body is the deltoid. When we look at the whole muscle and it's measured and taken in from cadavers and weighed out and look at the total muscle fibers, okay, the delts are the biggest muscle in the upper body by a significant margin. They're bigger than the lats, they're bigger than the pecs. Then you take all the other muscles, most of the others seem to be about equal size, and that would be the lats, the traps, the pecs, the triceps, are all actually about the same size, within 10%, right? Any one of those is within 10 to 15% of the size of the other, untrained or on someone who's trained balanced. Biceps are smaller than all of those. They're smaller than all of those, but they get a lot of attention. A lot of guys care about them, particularly because you can really see them from the front in a shirt. They get a lot of attention. That's one reason I use that example. We do curls to get stronger at weighted chin-ups. The implication here being that the focus is on performance. Now, why does that matter? Because what's going to give you bigger biceps overall? To just do curls, or to get strong at curls, build biceps, and then get a lot stronger at weighted chin-ups, which then in turn help build your biceps, your lats, a lot of part of your trap. A lot of muscles get built on the chin-up. Chin-ups build a lot of muscle mass in the upper body. weighted chins in particular. All right? A lot of guys with jacked upper bodies who are real strong at chin-ups. But the mentality here is saying we don't do a single joint exercise just for the purpose of building, say, a show muscle. We work on that single joint exercise because it's addressing a weak link in the bigger movement that puts more overall size and strength on you, right? It comes back over to the mindset of we address weak links and that there's nothing wrong with doing a curl. I used to be dogmatic with a lot of that, or people thought I was, that, well, we only focus on big movements, big multi-joint exercises. Well, we do, and I do. Yet you see me do single joint exercises. Some of my clients, you guys will see do single joint exercises. Why? Because they're still useful. They're not the best way to build muscle. They're not. Multi-joint movements will put more muscle on you, and if you do enough wider variety of them, you're going to be bigger overall. But there comes a point where we start looking at a multi-joint movement and we say, okay, which muscles are holding me back, right? Which muscle would make that movement come up quicker? Do I need to have more triceps? Do I need more pec? Do I need more delt? Do I need bicep? And oftentimes in the case of a weighted chin, biceps can become the limiting factor. It's kind of a conundrum. A lot of times people will say, and I'll say, hey, chin-ups, if you look at the data on them, they're possibly better than curls for hypertrophy of the bicep. They might actually be. There's some data that would suggest that. And for a novice lifter, they absolutely will be. Right? They absolutely will be. Lat pull downs in studies have grown biceps faster than curls in novice lifters in some cases. Chin up is way better. But the point, biceps can be limiting your chin up. And if biceps are limiting your chin up, then your lats are suffering and your biceps are suffering. So you come in and train the bicep and say, okay, maybe I need to be doing some curls. Maybe I need to think about what type of curls I'm doing as to how it carries over to the chin up. Because if the chin up is this phenomenal builder for the bicep and lats, then I need to be looking at the bicep movements I'm doing and maybe think about which ones will carry over to the chin up even better, right? Where am I failing in the range of motion? Maybe I need to make sure I'm stronger at that joint angle, specifically with the bicep. And in doing so, we make our chin up go up. Now, obviously, your biceps are going to grow a lot better because, again, most experts will tell you who understand how biomechanics work and hypertrophy works. Yeah, combining weighted chin ups with barbell curls will build biceps pretty effectively, right? That is a winning combination. It's a winning combination if you want your biceps to grow. But it's also a winning combination for making half of the upper body grow. And if the biceps are limiting your ability to move the most weight on a movement like that for your work sets, I'm talking about 5, 6 reps, 10 reps, whatever, then it would behoove you to do some extra bicep work. And I'm not saying that biceps respond to more volume. They actually don't seem to. Biceps actually, on studies that have looked at volume, seem to need less volume than most of the other muscles in the upper body to even achieve maximum growth. But in this case, they may need a little extra tension, right? Because you may not be doing a lot of volume if the chins are the only bicep volume you have, and you're doing other lat work. Your lats are already getting more volume. And then biceps start to lag. And if they're lagging, it's going to limit what you can chin up. So really the whole point here is about a mindset and a thought process. The end result, of course, is that you do get bigger biceps from doing this. It's the end result. But we're not looking at it from that perspective. We're looking at the system as a whole and addressing weak points when we pick smaller movements. Right? We're picking them for a reason. We're not doing them just because we think that single joint movement is the fastest way to bring up a muscle. No, we're addressing a weak link without overly taxing the system. It's not the primary focus. The small exercises are not the main focus, and they shouldn't be. But they are still useful and valuable. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.